So I finally got to watch my most anticipated movie in recent years, which is Superman. And yes, I know this review is so late, but that's because I was on holiday and I literally just got back and I only just watched the movie on Wednesday, July 16th. Yes, I had to wait a whole 5 days because I was on holiday. The worst timing ever. I was just there tweaking, ready to go watch the movie. So yes, I finally got to watch Superman in IMAX and I have a lot to say about this movie. So let's get into it. I'm going to break this review down into 3 different segments, which is going to be first, the parts I love, the positives. Second, the parts I wasn't too sure about, the negatives I had with the movie. And then the last part, which is my final overall thoughts about the movie in general, the future. So firstly, let's start with the positives. What I loved about Superman. So first of all, the biggest positive I have with this movie is the casting. It was absolutely brilliant. The casting, the acting, all the actors did a perfect job in this movie. David Corenswet was born to play Superman. He is Superman. He gets the earnestness, the humbleness, softness of Superman, seeing him as a person with a big heart, but also has the corniness, also has the aggression we see in some scenes. Really shows it really well. And secondly, the supporting characters, which are Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult, the Justice Gang, they all absolutely kill it. Nicholas Hoult and Eddie Gathegi in particular, with Mr. Terrific and Lex Luthor, them two absolutely killed it. Mr. Terrific was a standout character, and Nicholas Hoult, come on, we know the dude's an actor, and he put up an amazing performance. One of the best comic book villains, especially in the last 5 years. He absolutely killed it. And I love Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. Isabella Merced did get kind of the short end of the stick. She didn't really get that much to do as Hawkgirl, but overall everyone fits their characters really well. Jimmy Olsen, everyone at the Daily Planet, it was just really good stuff with the casting, and the performances were top notch. And now I'm gonna warn you guys, I'm gonna get into the spoiler parts. This is a full spoiler review, because to get my full thoughts across properly about this movie, I do want to talk about a bunch of different scenes of what I love. So let's start. Another thing that I really loved about this movie is the pace of it, which we will come back to in the negative section, because there are negatives about this. But overall, pace of this, the fact that it just throws you in there, that it's so breakneck, just go through shit, no nonsense, I love that. It's one of the most fun experiences I've had in the cinema, because the movie is not boring at all. It keeps you engaged at all times. It's a breakneck pace, which you probably have an idea on why that can also be seen as a negative, which I'll get onto later. But just for the positives part, it was an absolute breakneck pace, which you just fly through. You don't even realize the movie's 2 hours long. You want it to be longer, goes through the plot points really fast, and it really does not bore you at all. Thirdly, action scenes in this movie are absolutely brilliant. I love the insane CGI fight scenes in this movie. I know some people hate them, that's why some people didn't like Black Adam and Man of Steel, because of the anime-esque destruction heavy fight scenes. But I love that shit. I'm an action movie lover. And the fight scenes between Superman and Ultraman, as well as Superman and Engineer, as well as the whole segment of Superman escaping the Pocket Universe with that Proton River, holding baby Joey and all that shit. Holy crap, that shit was awesome to watch on the big screen. It was so good. All these action scenes were so hype. And how unique and awesome was that first action scene that straight away happened. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's when Superman comes back to fight the Hammer of Baravia, with Lex calling out the moves like he's controlling a Mortal Kombat character. But that was such a unique and awesome take on a comic book movie fight scene. And yeah, I just loved the cinematic flying shots. I know people don't really like the fisheye lens sometimes, but I really love it, especially in IMAX. It makes you feel like he's flying so fast. Just so much intensity, the camera shake, I love it. The whole scale, the look, the style of the movie, the cinematography, the really over-exaggerated tone of comic booky, colourful tone with crazy shit happening everywhere, crazy fight scenes, Superman pulling out some crazy moves. And one of the biggest parts of that is that it gets Superman absolutely perfect. We get to see the emotional side of Superman, the more vulnerable side of Superman. Yeah, he's not punching planets, he's not sneezing universes away, yeah, I know. But we get to see the human side, the little monologue he delivers to Lex Luthor at the end of the movie, where he's like, that's why I'm human, I love, I make mistakes. It was just such a brilliant way to show Superman. Beautiful emotional scenes with Ma and Pa Kent, where he's on the farm in his robe, just with bare feet. It's just so relatable. And when Pa says he's so proud of him, it was just beautiful. This movie got the emotions, the human side of Superman down to a T. But it is time to get onto the negatives, but this section will be quite small, I'm gonna be honest, because there's not really much I hated about this movie. First of all, I do think this movie would have been amazing if it was 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20, maybe even 2 hours 25. It would have been absolutely perfect then, just because this links back to my earlier thing I was saying. Yes, the speed makes it not boring to watch, but honestly, the movie is quite crazy, and I honestly think it's quite fast. When I was reading the reviews earlier, before I saw the movie, I was like, okay guys, relax. How fast is it? You guys are just casuals. I'm gonna get in there. I'm not gonna find it fast at all. I like fast movies, but holy shit. Yeah, this movie's kind of crazy and all over the place with so many subplots, not much time to develop them. And yes, this movie would have benefited hugely with more running time, so we can focus on more the Clark Kent side, the Daily Planet side, the more slower emotional moment. Because yeah, James Gunn got the crazy Superman moments, the action down to a T, but I feel like because the fast running pace, he didn't really have time to explore the Clark Kent, the parent stuff too much, as well as the actual Clark Kent moments in Daily Planet. I feel like that could have been explored more, which is the one criticism I have of this this movie, and which I honestly think stops it for me from being a 9 out of 10, which is why I have it around an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10, just because of that breakneck speed can kind of get a bit insane sometimes, and the cuts can be quite jarring. Like at the start when it cuts away from the Hammer of Baravia scene straight to the Daily Planet of him as Clark Kent, like it just goes, no breaks. So yeah, I do feel like that could have been refined a little bit by just giving them more time, but obviously I see how it is. It's a new universe, they didn't want to risk having a long ass movie to just alienate audiences, so they want to just make it as fun as possible, which I understand. But yeah, that is my one negative with this movie, which is why I brought it down for me. But yeah, that was my Superman review. Overall, really loved this movie. Finally, it's been so long since I felt this happy watching a comic book movie. We don't even get it now. We get maybe once a year now where you get really happy watching a comic book movie. I've had it with Deadpool and Wolverine, a little bit with Thunderbolts, but comes around once in a blue moon now. It used to be very common back in the day, guys, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I feel like the superhero genre is finally back on its feet with this movie. DC is back, and I am fully invested into James Gunn's future projects now. Bring on Supergirl, I'm ready. Bring on Lanterns, bring on Clayface, and I'm just so excited for the future. But that is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie in the comments. I will be replying to every single one of them. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I love you all.
With a two-step, yeah, she know I'm gon' get it there. The way she move her body, yeah, she know just what she doing here. She don't mess with anybody, nah, not a single person here. Whoa, got a bill, baby, why'd you bring your person here?